Traveling in time has always been an interesting topic to discuss. Human being has always had the dream to be able to travel in time, in the past or future. But due to academic proof, human has never been able to do that. Many scientists investigate on the nature of time itself. To be honest, we haven't still been able to define time. We don't even know if it actually exists or it is just a state of mind, how we scavenge our world and memories. And besides that, trying to find a definition for time will enable us to prepare a device to travel in time. Although there is no academic proof to indicate this possibility, but there have been people who claimed doing that and their stories were amusing. Please support us by subscribing to the About It All YouTube channel. And if you'd like to know the interesting details of some stories that will shock you to your very core, watch this video until the end. First of all, let's see who Sir Victor Goddard was. Sir Robert Victor Goddard was a senior commander in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War, who's best known for his later appearances in pop culture, including the 50s movie The Night My Number Came Up, based on a bizarre incident in his career which was characterized with bizarre incidents, and his later years spending on investigation and lecturing on flying saucers before all of that weirdness starting up. However, he was simply a RAF pilot with a pretty impressive war record, fighting in both the First and Second World Wars. Between them, he was selected to read engineering at Jesus College, Cambridge, and then studied at Imperial College London. So, you know that he was pretty smart. In 1935, he became the Deputy Director of Intelligence at Air Ministry. So presumably, he was of sound enough mind for the British government. Which might not be said much, but, well, we're just setting up what a credible source he was before we get into the weird stuff. According to the Book of Time Travel, A New Perspective by J.H. Brennan, Goddard suffered his own time slip whilst flying over the former Royal Air Force Station, Drem Airfield. Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain literally stumbled into another period of history, while Goddard flew into it, leaving the disused airfield near Edinburgh and finding it to be in a dilapidated state with cattle grazing on grass that had forced through cracks in the tarmac. He ran into some trouble on the flight home and decided to fly back to Drem to get his bearings. Upon his return, the heavy rain abruptly changed to bright sunshine. The airfield was in full working condition and the mechanics in blue overalls were presiding over 4 yellow planes on the runway, none of which Goddard recognized, despite his vast aviation experience. He didn't land. He just kept on and never spoke of the incident to anybody. 4 years later, the RAF started painting their planes yellow, and the mechanics' uniforms were switched to blue. Completely baffled by what the hell is going on, Goddard got the shock of his life 4 years after. Europe was war-torn, and he happened to visit Drem again, but this time he saw everything he saw 4 years back in 1935. Same people in blue overalls servicing yellow planes. Full deja vu moment. He even found the plane he couldn't recognize before, a Miles Magister. The second story is about a photograph from 1941 of genuine authenticity of the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in Goldbridge, British Columbia, that was alleged to show a time traveler. It was claimed that his clothing and sunglasses were of present day and not from the styles worn in the 40s. Further research suggested that the present-day appearance of the man may not have been so new. The style of sunglasses first appeared in the 1920s. On the first glance, the man is taken by many to be wearing a printed t-shirt. But on closer inspection, it seems to be a sweater with a sawn-on emblem, the kind of clothing often worn by sports team of the period. The shirt is very similar to the one that was used by the Montreal Maroons, an ice hockey team from that era. The remainder of his clothing would appear to have been available at the time, though his clothes are far more casual than those worn by the other individuals in the photograph. Debate centers on whether the image genuinely shows a time traveler, has been photoshopped, or is simply being mistaken as anachronistic. The time-traveling hipster became a case study in viral internet phenomena in museums, which was presented at the Museums and the Web 2011 conference in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. The third story will definitely blow your mind. Andrew Carlson was supposedly arrested in March 2003 for SEC violations for making 126 high-risk stock trades and being successful on every one. As reported, Carlson started with an initial investment of $800 and ended with over $350 million, which drew the attention of the SEC. Later reports suggest that after his arrest, he submitted a 4-hour confession wherein he claimed to be a time traveler from 200 years in the future. He offered to tell the investigators such things as the whereabouts of Osama bin Laden and the cure for AIDS in return for a lesser punishment and to be allowed to return to his time craft. Although he refused to tell the investigators the location or workings of his craft. A mysterious man posted his bail and Carlson was scheduled for court, but was never seen again. Records show that he never existed. The Carlson story likely originated as a fictional piece in Weekly World News, a satirical newspaper, and was later repeated by Yahoo News, where its fictitious nature became less apparent. It was soon reported by other newspapers and magazines as fact. This in turn drove word-of-mouth spread through email inboxes and internet forums, leading to far more detailed descriptions of events. Well, I know you may not believe these, but they actually happened. And this is not the end yet. We still got more, so keep up with us. The fourth story is about Michael McIntosh, who he believes that he has seen a future timeline where he is the US Commander-in-Chief. Revealing the bizarre news in a video, the time traveler claimed that he has been to Mars at the age of 5 and has numerous psychic abilities. The supposed time traveler worked alongside former US President Barack Obama on a top-secret time travel operation. Speaking to paranormal investigators from YouTube channel of Apex TV, McIntosh said that the mission gave him access to a technology dubbed Corona Vision. Now we have the final story, which personally I like the most. According to a popular legend, in 1943, the US Navy undertook secret experiments based out of the port of Philadelphia. These experiments were designed to put Einstein's unified field theory to practical use by making a naval ship invisible. While conspiracy theorists talk about the existence of the Philadelphia experiment, one alleged survivor of the scientific outing, Al Bielek, maintained that the Navy's purpose was entirely different. According to Bielek, the true purpose of the Philadelphia experiment was not invisibility. It was time travel. In 1990, Bielek claimed that he spent time in 2 separate periods of the future, only to return to present and tell his story. And that was just the beginning of the fantastic revelations of this totally, completely, absolutely, 100% not fake time traveler. As if someone would make that up anyway. By a simple search, you can find movies which are based on the concept of time traveling. Some of them are totally imaginary and some others are based on events that had witnesses. And some others are also based on modern physics theories. Besides all that, do you believe in time travel? What other stories have you heard? If you've got any stories to share, please do. Please support us by giving a thumbs up to this video and sharing it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the About It All YouTube channel and ring the notifications bell so that you don't miss our new videos. Thank you for watching About It All.